Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here to start a spirituality and astrology live stream. Thank you for being here, your support is greatly appreciated. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and remember also to check the links down below to reach more and know more of me and my content, and to know more about my beautiful partner and her content, Daria, using the links down below. And remember, I have a variety of readings and services available to you if you need help, guidance, or if you're just interested in knowing more about yourself and spirituality in general. Contact me and we'll get the best service for you. And what will be the work of order for today? We're going to talk about Mercury moving into Leo. Mercury is already 2 degrees Leo, so this transitional phase will be very short. Mercury moves really fast, but until Mercury is in 4 degrees Leo, which will be tomorrow or on the next day, we are transiting. And even though perhaps you are watching this later, you are watching this when Mercury is already 5 or 6 degrees Leo, this is still valuable to you because you can use this to look back and understand how you left Mercury in cardinal water, aka Cancer, and how you entered Mercury in Leo, because certain things that you go through, certain mindsets and conversations that you manifest, materialize, and attract surely they were planted on the transitional period that we are experiencing right now. So welcome to the channel. If you're new, I'm Esoteric Cloud Surfer. I like to ride in esoteric clouds, which are lighter and less dense vehicles, so you can ride with me and reach lighter and less dense realms of perspective, so you can have lighter and less dense perspectives about yourself and your own circumstances. And today, it's Mercury Day. We're paying more attention, we're more focused on thinking, communicating, analyzing, and socializing, and also organizing yourself, but on your mind state, right? Not physically, but you can. I have a video here on the channel talking about when you clean your house or your car or whatever, in the day that you are doing will clean the chakra and the area of your life associated with that day. So if you decide to do some cleaning today on this Mercury Day, you'll be cleaning and organizing your mind as well in a more realistic and physical way, right? So once again, thank you for being here. We are ready to start the stream. And remember, this is about Mercury moving from Cancer to Leo. It's not about Mercury in Leo. We'll have a live stream talking about that in specific. And I really like to do these live streams because the only thing constant in this universe is change. And astrology, the fundamental basic aspect of astrology, and to understand astrology, it's about the transitions. Alright, astrology is basically we giving names and understanding the meaning and reasoning behind the transition and how that affect us. That's why the Masons and the shadow government, they worship the fixed signs, because they want to maintain something. They know chaos. That's why they want to make order out of chaos, because they are afraid, or they don't understand, or it ruins their plans, or they think it's unholy to be on too much change, too much transformation, too much transition, right? And if you think about it, I don't know, actually right now I forgot where it come from, but basically they use a lot of the symbolism of the ox, the lion, the eagle, and the man, right? The ox Taurus, lion Leo, eagle Scorpio, because it's after you rise, or after Scorpio you rise, more powerful than ever. And then the man is Aquarius, all the fixed signs, right? And this also comes into play because astrology, or what I was talking about, astrology being understanding the transitions, because in one cycle we have 12 different big periods of time, right? We have 12 months, 4 seasons, I mean. So there is different levels to the transition, and you can go deeper and deeper. You can go focus and focus, right? We have a year, a month, a week, a day, an hour, a minute. That's always getting more focused on the transition. And the more focused you go, less meaning, or it's harder to understand the differences. But when you really think about it and you really take a good look at yourself and you compare how you feeling and thinking today to yesterday or to one week before, you really understand the subtle but very powerful changes within you and outside of you, right? And bro, that's life. Life is that. Life is in that. It's not this is a part of life. No, life is a part of this. Because then you have death and birth as well. And then you have an existence. Life is just a small part of what we call, not small, it's a part of what we call existence. But your spirit might not even exist if your spirit is not aware of itself, and then subsequently the surroundings, it doesn't exist, right? So it's for your better understanding of yourself and how to achieve your dreams and be yourself and speak for yourself and imagine for yourself, because most people, they either imagine something that is outside of their spiritual purpose, or they feel limited, blocked and ashamed just by imagining. And that's hell. That's true hell, bro. Because that's the aspect of your mind, of your physical being, that should be the most free, your imagination. How are you gonna change a situation if you can't imagine a different situation? How are you going to improve your life if you can't imagine something better? The first second you start to imagine you doing something out of the ordinary, you already feel ashamed. You already imagine other people looking at you in the wrong way, and you force yourself from to stop imagining those scenarios. You're being weak. You're allowing others that are not even physically present around you to stop your imagination. But today's live stream is not about that. It's about how you think, communicate, and analyze, transiting from creating new feelings, emotions, and spiritual purposes to being fixed on your visions, expressions, actions, and spiritual belief systems, aka spirituality and creativity. So Mercury doesn't do very well, and when I say Mercury, I'm not talking about the planet. I'm talking about you and me and everybody else. When we think about creating new emotions, or when we think about being fixed in our spiritual belief systems, we don't do very well. Because you can't really, I mean, you can, but not to a full potential, think about and really analyze and logically understand and explain to somebody else your spiritual belief systems. Sometimes, or not sometimes, most times, they need to already have a spiritual understanding of, or from, or about where you're coming from. So they are connected with you or with your space spiritually, and then they get what you say, and then you're gonna speak to somebody else the exact same word that you said, and they will not be able to understand it because they miss the spiritual understanding, right? So for me, it's good because I have an Aquarius stellium, including Mercury in Aquarius. So Mercury in Leo, it will be a great opportunity for me to balance my energies and expand, basically, right? But for most people in general, it will be a bit more confusing. It already was. It will be a bit more clear when it comes to you thinking, but when it comes to you actually connecting and communicating, can be a bit chaotic because you and others will be too fixed, too stubborn, too spiritual, based on feelings, based on grudges, based on visions and perspectives and what you think about the world, that you will defend it with all your mind. Alright, we back? And it will be harder for you to understand others, and it will be a bit harder for others to understand you, because our minds will be fixed on your own visions. Because when it comes to Aquarius, Aquarius is also stubborn and very individual, but it's easier for the Aquarius to take in whatever you're talking about, so they can formulate their own idea or they help you formulate your. And it's more about you maintaining your own fixed mentality, but based on feelings, so that might not work. Somebody might try to help you, somebody might prove you wrong because you need to understand that you're wrong, but you're not going to be so logical about it. If you don't feel right, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel entertained, you're gonna forget about it or even oppose it, right? And that's not it, Chief. Alright, it's Mercury. It's not about feelings. It's not about visions. It's something about concrete. It's about logic. It's about thoughts and ideas. And not only that, working them out. That's why Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, both mutable signs. Because it's about understanding, connecting, seeing your perspective and others' perspective. Try to create a point where both can merge and perhaps improve each other's mentality. But that's also why Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. Mercury is not exalted in Virgo, guys. I see tons of astrologers saying this, but it's not true. First, how is a planet exalted in the same sign that it rules? Because most people believe that Mercury is exalted in Virgo, and that's not true, right? Because when a planet is exalted, it means they are basically the spirit, or most likely the group of spirits that created that planet, that influence, that intellectual property. They are going further away. They are going above their arch. They are going above what previously known their what previously was their best capabilities. They are making an archangel, right? So for an example, Saturn is exalted in Libra. So Saturn is learning how to be more relatable and how to initiate new relationships and connections. Why? Because Saturn rules Capricorn, cardinal Earth, initiating new stability, and it rules Aquarius, being fixed on communications and relationships. So in order for that to expand or evolve, you gotta be a bit more relatable and also initiate a bit more. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer because it rules Sag and Pisces, so it's a bit too mutable, a bit too gullible, and it follows too much the current. So Jupiter is learning how to initiate the current on themselves. And Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, but it's exalted in Aquarius because it's too mutable, too gullible, and it sacrifices the sense of uniqueness and individuality. So it's learning how to be more unique while communicating, while caring and being an important part of their existence, to be a part of the surroundings and to be a part of the community. Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? So Mercury is not exalted in Virgo because Mercury already knows how to do Virgo, right? Mercury already knows how to connect and be mutable about reality in a more internal and sophisticated way, right? So let's start today's live stream. Start the astrological part, because tarot in a way is astrology, right? Because astrology is like we give names to certain periods of time physically. Tarot is we giving names to certain periods of your spirit, to certain states, and then we give them attributes. So if you and I are going through the same state, even if we call them different names, we can still relate and understand each other better, right? And tarot basically is your spirit jumping the mind, jumping logic, jumping speaking, jumping thinking, even jumping feeling, and go straight to the message, right? And that's why sometimes not sometimes, I usually say we need more masculine, more male tarot readers, because the female tarot readers, they're great at what they do, but most times they are reading their own feelings, or they get stuck in the feelings. They don't go straight to the spirit, right? And also, just to finish here the ranting, just liberating my own space here. Most tarot readers, they give meanings to the tarot cards that are not really associated with that, right? For an example, most people talk about the death card with spookism. Somebody's going to die. No, it might be your mind is dying, a thought, a feeling, a perspective, a relationship, a desire, a limitation, a grudge, a blockage. Something is dying, but it's so impactful to your life that you can call your life the same right now. Or some people associate, like, I'm not saying that people do this is an example, alright? Imagine if somebody associates Three of Cups with fun. Oh, Three of Cups came out, that means you're going to have fun. That's fake. Three of Cups doesn't mean fun, or sadness, or happiness. Three of Cups means being aware of an emotion, feeling, or a spiritual purpose that you wasn't aware before, or that you had small awarenesses and you brought them all together to create a bigger awareness. That's real tarot. It's not you reading the physical circumstance and you saying it's fun or it's not fun. Is you reading the spiritual circumstance and then you say, oh, out of that space it can be hot or cold, but it's going to be this anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be right back, guys. All right. 1 second. Alright, y'all, we are back. Yeah, hi Dario, welcome to the stream. How is your Mercury day going? What you thinking and communicating about today? Okay, we are ready. So, by the way guys, there will be new videos here on the channel today, so make sure to watch them and give me your feedback, right? Alright, so today's tarot card for today's energy. So today it's Mercury day, Wednesday, in Leo, in Cancer/Leo, thinking and communicating about how can you fix thoughts and ideas that once were about family and safety, but now are becoming more about attention and enthusiasm and pleasure, right? Moon in Taurus still, right? Let me check. Moon in Taurus, yeah. reacting and responding in exalted ways to fixed senses of safety, security, and privacy. And Sun still in Cancer, we are entering today the Pisces decan of Cancer, so we are paying attention, acting, and expressing in or about new feelings, new emotions, and new spiritual purposes. So Mercury conjuncting the Sun, right? Kind of. Mercury sextiling slash opposing the Moon, and Moon sextiling the Sun as well. Alright, what tarot card are we experiencing? There we go. Nine of Swords. So that's the tarot card for today. And here we have the natal chart for today as well. So the Nine of Swords means that today we are elevating and becoming wiser, and having a wider perspective in how we can communicate, think, and analyze in logical, sophisticated, and relatable ways. Alright? So elevating our mind state, elevating your speech game, elevating how you look at society and what you think about, what is being talked about, the laws, regulations that are about social media, that are about relationships, that are about gender, for an example, right? That is saying Mercury Day going smooth, thinking about showing and producing some good shit for your business. Let's go. I like that, Daria. I like that. Let's see what's the best way to achieve all possibilities, or to get out of that state if you need to, by using the Dragon Oracle cards. And, oh yeah, you better believe it, we got the Fire Dragon. So this means to express yourself, see things like you want to see them, okay? Believe in yourself, believe in all possibilities, act in the things you want to act, express your individuality, express your uniqueness. Doesn't matter if they hate, if they love you, just express it for your own self, because sometimes people create weird images about you because you didn't fulfill the little space in that overall space that belongs to you. So they fulfill it themselves, but that's your space, that's your representation. So you have to fulfill it. You have to create an image, you have to create a frequency and vibration so they can identify you. So this is your responsibility for today, to express yourself, show yourself, glow, blow up. Today might be the day that you blow up because you finally connect your spiritual purpose with your physical activities, because it's not what you do, it's how you do. So most times when people talk about for you to grow your business you just have to do it more and more, it's because the more you do it, the better you know how to put yourself into that space while being yourself. Because when you start, you have nothing in that space, so you have to use a template that somebody else did, do things in the wrong way, pay attention to the wrong things. So you're not being yourself, you're trying to still figure things out. But if you do it and do it and do it, slowly but surely, you will be able to be yourself in that space, and not only that, you'll be able to bring something new from your space, and you'll be able to expand that business or activity in a way that nobody has seen before. So today, great energies. Nine of Swords, elevating your mentality, elevating your intelligence, elevating how you speak, communicate, analyze, and relate with others. And they're the Fire Dragon. Express yourself, express your spiritual belief systems, express your moralities, express your creativity, passions, motivations, anger, frustration. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way that you are going to find your soul group. People that celebrate your individuality, people that want to hear from you for real, right? Because that's what I call the esoteric sonar, which is, I have a video about that here on the channel. You know how a sonar works, right? In boats and submarines, and even bats do that, dolphins do that, and you do that as well, spiritually speaking. So physically, they send a sonar wave, and then it reflects on the surroundings, and it comes back to the machine or the animal, and then they perceive their surroundings through that frequency and vibration. And you do the same. You express yourself, you express your frequency and vibration through voice or through whatever, but voice is literally frequency and vibration, it's sound, right? And then people, places, and things will react differently to your expression. And then when you receive that feedback, you can create a map to where is the best area and the best people, spiritually speaking, to express yourself to. And the ones that don't resonate with you, just, it's okay. You don't need to hate them. You don't need to like them as well. It's just like, alright, they're not part of my soul group. They're not a part of my spaceship. They're not fighting this war. It's okay. But if you're stopping me for being myself, or for imagining my own imaginations, or for materializing my manifestations, bitch, we're going to war. We're going to war. I heard it some years ago on IG from a dude that I don't see anymore, so I'm not going to reference his name. He might want some peace. But he said this: the only time that you should and you really go to war, because your spirit is really invested in that, is when somebody is between you and your imaginations, between you and you actually doing something that you are doing for you, right? Like, for an example, I separated from my friends, not because I hated them, but because I wanted more space for myself, and I wanted to find my true family, my true friends, aka my soul group. Like, if I meet them today, I still talk with them and it's okay. And I didn't separate because I hated them. I separate because I loved me, basically. And if somebody will be between me and that separation, I will go to war. Not against them, but in my favor. You know what I'm saying? Once again, shout out to Dolo, the Pilot Man, Archangel Uriel, right? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Because, let me be honest, I have a lot of air energy, Mars in Libra, so I get passionate about social interactions, right? And I really don't like when some people go to the Dolo's, Archangel Uriel's open panel, they're like, hey Dolo, hey, bro, bitch, you don't know him? To you is Archangel Uriel, you know what I'm saying? Dolo, because that Dolo low, you know, because Dolo is the low representation of Archangel Uriel, you know. So like, I actually don't remember when I go to the open panel, but I will from now on start to, hey Uriel, no, not Dolo, you're not that personal, or you're not that spiritual with him, you know what I'm saying? We're not on the same level. Me and you are not on the same level. You on your level, I'm on my level. But people of the soul group are in closer levels, you know what I'm saying? But that's enough air passion, which is not real passion, it's just some details and shit that doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I gotta respect my alignments. I gotta do them. Now, yeah, you don't have to respect them, but you have to do them. You have to use them, right? You chose to have them, so you have to use them. Even if you don't like your alignments, you have to use them so you know them and you know how to get out of them, or you know how to improve them. Maybe you don't like them because you don't use them enough to get familiar and be like, oh shit. That happens to me a lot. I play video games and I like competitive video games, and sometimes even me or people in the community, we think that unit or that class or that way to play the game is bad, and then we see somebody else doing it long enough, or you do it long enough, and be like, oh shit, actually, if you use this character in that way, it wins you the whole game. And maybe you don't like your Scorpio Sun because you weren't ready enough to express and see things as deep as you need to, or you weren't comfortable, or you were afraid of others' reactions. But once you start to really use your Scorpio Sun, you're gonna love it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Because it's very deep, very meaningful. And as a spirit, we love that. We love meaning. We love purpose. Because there is all possibilities, but you chose your possibility. You chose that way. And you do it. That's your purpose. Outside of all possibilities, you have 1, 2, or 3 purposes. Right? So let's move on to that tarot reading. Oh, my bad. Wrong box. By the way, y'all, remember you can ask me for a tarot card right here, right now, or you can ask me for a Dragon Oracle card as well about the transition of Mercury. Even if you're watching the recorded version, you can leave a like, or you can leave a comment. You can also leave a like, yes, but you can leave a comment and say, I want a tarot card, and then I'll say in the comments. If I follow you on IG, I'll send you a DM, or you leave your email so I can send you the tarot card through email, alright? Here we are. So let's start with good old Aries. Aries, right? You, hold on, I have some air. Alright, there we go. So Aries, you were squaring Mercury in Cancer, and right now you are going to trine, or after Mercury hits 4 degrees Leo, you're going to be trining Mercury in Leo. So, for right now, for the transitional period, you have Queen of Cups. Where is it? There we go. Queen of Cups. And what does this mean? This means that right now you are able to receive great emotional support. But you gotta make sure that you know where it's coming from. You gotta make sure it's coming from the right place. And you gotta make sure you use that for the right things, for the right thoughts, for the right ideas. No limitation, no toning yourself down, not also looking to destroy others too much. Destroy yourself first, right? And then this great emotional support can help you expand and feel and be better about your mentality, communication, and analysis processes. Let's go Taurus. If you have your sun in Taurus, your moon in Taurus, your rising in Taurus, your Venus, okay, for Venus in Taurus, Eight of Pentacles. So you might feel stuck, or you spending a lot of time in a physical circumstance, limit, boundary, or responsibility. Venus, if you have Venus in Taurus, alright? Or if you have Scorpio Sun, because Taurus is ruled by the Earth, and your Earth sign is the opposition to your Sun. So if you have Scorpio Sun, the opposition is Taurus, and that's your Earth sign. So you have a little bit of a sharing of this reading. So you guys were sextiling Mercury in Cancer, and you will be squaring Mercury in Leo. That will make you scattered a little bit, but for right now, on the transitional period, yeah, you scattered a little bit, you flunked out a little bit, Tauruses, but it's okay. And for the transitional period, we have reversed Two of Pentacles, alright? So Two of Pentacles means that you are having, or you want to, or you need to have more realistic, structured, or about reality, structure, business, limits and boundaries, conversations, interactions, or you should you should filter your relationships and choose the more realistic ones and the ones that are more about business and your core set of values. But you or others around you are misusing, misjudging, or misunderstanding these more realistic conversations or relationships. Let's go into Gemini. Geminis. If you have Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, if you have Gemini Rising, you hella scattered right now. Be very careful with your personal life, and what making you scattered is you or others being aware of something spiritual, creative, passionate, motivated, angry, or frustrated, or that deal with those things. And that's for Gemini Rising, alright? Ascendant, Gemini Ascendant as well. Or if you have Gemini Mercury, this reading is for you, and you were in conjuncting, misunderstanding. No, you were fatal attracting, my bad, Mercury in Cancer, and right now you will be sextiling Mercury in Leo. Alright? But right now, for this transitional period, you have reversed Eight of Wands. With the reversed Eight of Wands, it means that you are spending a lot of time in a certain vision, imagination, feeling, action, or spiritual belief system, and you can feel stuck, imprisoned on it, or you can feel supported and consistent about it. But you and others in your life might be misunderstanding, misusing, or all right. Now, moving on to cardinal water, aka Cancer. If you have Sun in Cancer, Moon in cardinal water, okay, for Moon in cardinal water, reversed King of Pentacles, reverse cardinal Earth, reverse Capricorn. So you are initiating, or you are attracting feelings and people that are initiating new ways to have stability and structure in their lives, but you are misunderstanding them, or them are misunderstanding you. For Cancer, moons, okay? When it comes to thinking, communicating, and analyzing, you gotta be specific about it. Or if you have rising in cardinal water, or Jupiter, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So right now, in this transitional period, you were conjuncting Mercury, and will be fatal attracting Mercury, and for right now you have the star Aquarius. Okay? That's actually pretty good for you Cancers right now, if you know what you're doing, right? The star platinum. And what does that mean? It means that you are thinking and communicating more about your sense of uniqueness, individuality. You want to have a more unique mind, a more unique perspective about yourself and the world, and you want to connect intellectually with other individuals that also have a more unique mind, a more individual mind, and they have their own perspective, they have their own fixed thought processes. And you are the star, right? And stars come together to create constellations. So you also want, like I said, to associate with other stars, with other people, places, or things that are or represent a fixed, unique, original, and perhaps rebel way of thinking, communicating, analyzing, relating, and socializing. Alright, Cancers? Let's go. The best way to be is to be your goddamn self. Remember that. Let's move to Leo. If you have Sun in Leo, alright, if you... No, just one card. If you have Sun in Leo, you might be experiencing the Eight of Cups. So there is an emotional state, a feeling, a reason, a meaning, a relationship that is deep, but you are spending a lot of time on it, or feeling about it, or thinking about it. So you either feel stuck or very consistent about that feeling, emotion, dream, illusion, or deep, meaningful relationship. For Leo, Sun. Alright? And if you have Leo Moon or Leo Rising, this reading is for you. And you were fatal attracting Mercury in Cancer, and right now you're gonna be conjuncting Mercury and Leo. So let's see what is your mind going through at the moment in this transitional period. Hella scattered, very scattered, muy scattered, a lot of scatteredness. Muy distraído. Muy distraído, muy distraído. No puede ser, Leos. So you might not be thinking clearly. You might not be communicating clearly. There was a card here, flipping around. Now it's hiding. Cardinal Earth. Alright. So you are creating a new way to be more realistic about your mind. That's why you scattered, because it's new. You don't know how to use that to its fullest potential, alright? Let's go. Card for Leos. Nah, it was 3 cards actually. It was 3 cards. We just want 1, please. 1, please. Only 1. Yeah. Let's go. Reversed 8 of Swords. So that means that you Leos, when it comes to your mind and the ways to think, communicate and analyze, you were thinking too much or spending too much time thinking in a way or in a specific or about a specific circumstance, and now you might feel stuck or supported and consistent about yourself or that specific mindset and mentality. All right, just make sure that you're not thinking too much about one same thing, or you might be thinking about different things but in the same way, because that might burn out your higher chakras, and you might not have space to imagine and expand yourself in that area, because your mind is limiting your spirit. All right, be careful with that. Okay guys, I'll be right back in a second. Let's move on to Virgos. If you have your Sun in Virgo, your Moon in Virgo, your Rising in Virgo, or your Mercury in Virgo, this reading is for you. So if you have Mercury in Virgo, you're now thinking more about your individuality, uniqueness, pride, fixed visions, how others see you, how you see others, and how are you fixed and able or not able to think and communicate about your spiritual belief systems. This is for Virgos for Mercury in Virgo. And you were sextiling Mercury in Cancer, and right now you are after Mercury hits 4 degrees Leo, you'll be fatal attracting Mercury and Leo. But right now we are on the transitional period, so let's see what spiritual state are you going through right now. 2 cards coming out, we only want 1. And it is the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands means that right now you are being aware or creating a new awareness, okay, but you are being aware to something new that deals with spirituality, creativity, your spiritual belief systems, your individuality, your uniqueness, your image, and your passions, motivations, angers, and frustrations. So you might be aware by yourself, or you might receive some information about how somebody sees you or how somebody thinks about your belief system, for an example. And that is making you change your mind because we are on this transitional period, right? So everybody's changing their mind at the moment. Let's go into Libra. If you have your sun in Libra, your moon in Libra, your rising in Libra, or your Venus in Libra, or your Saturn in Libra, because Saturn is exalted in Libra, this reading is to you. And you were squaring Mercury in Cancer, and you are right now, or you will be sextiling Mercury in Leo. And let's see how are you going through this transitional period right now. Let's go. Queen of Wands, fixed fire. This means, Libras, that right now you have the opportunity to receive great spiritual support, great support that makes you think more about yourself or makes you think and analyze yourself in a higher, more light, and more confident way. Just make sure you are receiving it from the right source and applying it to the right destination. Alright, now it's Scorpio time. If you have your sun in Scorpio, your moon in Scorpio, or your rising in Scorpio, or, okay, for Scorpio risings, Taurus, the Hierophant. So you are more fixed on your desires and on the physical world, but if you are a real spirit, you can learn by experiencing your desires, you can learn about your spirit and your spiritual purpose. Just don't get lost in those physical desires. Remember that you are the creator and not the creation. If you have Scorpio Mars, for Scorpio Mars, reversed 5 of Wands, connecting deeper with your imagination, creativity, and spirituality, but you or others are misunderstanding, misusing, and misjudging that deep connection or the expression that comes from that deep connection with your creativity, imagination, and spirituality. And if you have Scorpio Uranus or Scorpio Pluto, this reading is for you as well. And you were trining Mercury in Cancer, and right now you will be squaring Mercury in Leo as well. And we have a flip, a surprise. It might be negative or positive, because you're gonna be aware of something new about your image, your creativity, and your spirituality, and that will surprise you. Okay, Scorpios? So for Mercury in Leo, Mercury in the transition of Cancer to Leo, you have the Ace of Swords. Not in reversed. So, this means that right now you have a very unique mentality, thought, idea, or way to think, communicate, and analyze. But you gotta make sure that you stand by it. You don't allow the surroundings to take you out of this. You gotta make sure that you use this and you do this, you communicate and you think in this unique, strong, specific, individual way. Alright, Scorpios? You got the power right now, you got a gift. Use it. Let's go to Sagittarius. If you have Sun in Sagittarius, reversed the Hermit, reverse Virgo, so Sagittarius Sun, you learning right now how to think and communicate in a more realistic but still mutable way. So you might be a bit more reserved, you might be a bit more insecure, you might be a bit more hidden, but you are learning and perfecting your way of thinking and communicating. But you or others might be misunderstanding, misusing, and misjudging the fact that you are a bit more insecure, a bit more private, and a bit more in the dark. Alright? You are in the cave, being the hermit, away from others, perfecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you have Sagittarius Moon, for Sagittarius Moon, reversed King of Pentacles, you are creating or attracting people that are creating new ways to be stable and productive in their lives, but you are misunderstanding them or them are misunderstanding you. Sagittarius Rising or Sagittarius Jupiter, this reading is for you. For Sagittarius Jupiter, reversed Jupiter, reversed Wheel of Fortune. So you are or others around you are misunderstanding your expansions, travels, and how you obtain wisdom and knowledge. And for Sagittarius in general, you were in conjuncting Mercury in Cancer, and you will be trining Mercury in Leo, and right now you got reversed Prince of Wands, reversed Mutable Fire. Oh, that's the princess, not the prince. So that means that you are creating a new external way to deal and go about your imaginations, feelings, visions, and spirituality in a way that you can think and communicate about them in a clear, logical, and relatable way, but either you or others are misunderstanding, misusing, and misjudging this new external way to go about spirituality, basically, in a way that you can think clearly and communicate clearly about it, because we're talking about Mercury transition after all. Moving on to Capricorn. If you have Capricorn Sun, reversed Gemini, reversed Lovers, you might be misunderstanding your relationships. Your relationships might be misunderstanding you, or you might be misunderstanding your own values. You might be misunderstanding your relationship values, or you might be talking and thinking your way out of your relationships or out of your values. Capricorn Sun. If you have Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, Capricorn Mars, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, or Capricorn Saturn, this reading is for you. And you were opposing Mercury in Cancer, and you will be in conjuncting, misunderstanding Mercury in Leo. So let's see what you're going through right now. Reversed Two of Swords. This means that you are having more light conversations, more light interactions, or your conversations and relationships are a bit more intellectual or about things in society. Mexido, espalhadinho, pequenino. Or conversations about society, conversation about law, decisions, hot topics. You are conversating about it more or more lightly, but you or others are misunderstanding your logical, lighter, colder, and more distant conversations, interactions, or relationships. Alright? Let's move on to Aquarius. So, if you had your sun, or if you have your sun in Aquarius, moon in Aquarius, rising in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, because Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, or if you have Uranus in Aquarius as well, this reading is for you, and you were in conjuncting, misunderstanding Mercury in Cancer, and you will be opposing Mercury in Leo right now, and there is some scatteredness. Scatteredness because of Cancer, because of new feelings, new emotions, new spirituality, new meanings, new reasonings, new spiritual vehicles, new spiritual roads, and new spiritual destinations. But in general, Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Saturn, Mercury, and Uranus, right now during this transitional period of Mercury going into Cancer to Leo, you are experiencing the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups means that you are making more sense, being more direct, more clear, and more organized about how you think, communicate, and analyze your feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, imaginations, nightmares, deep conversations, deep relationships, and your spiritual purpose. And lastly, but not least, we are moving to the beautiful and powerful Pisces, the only sign that has access to 2 or more cards in these live streams. So if you have Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, woo! If you have Pisces Rising, you hella scattered, boy. I never seen something so scattered before. Sheesh! Bro, it's a lot of cards on the floor. Because Leo strength is flipping you. Will come out of nowhere. either your pride, your ego, or the lack of pride and the lack of ego will surprise you and make you hella scattered. Pisces rising, okay? Sheesh. Sheesh. God damn, bro. Or if you have Pisces, Jupiter, Pisces, no, 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 Pisces, Neptune. Alright, Pisces, Neptune. If you have Neptune in Pisces, Queen of Wands, great spiritual and visionary support is coming your way. If you have Neptune in Pisces, or if you have Venus in Pisces, which is exalted in Pisces, this reading is for you. And you were trining Mercury in Cancer, and you will be misunderstanding Mercury in Leo. And let's see what are you going through right now. Ooh, Pluto, Judgment. This means that you are transforming in all levels, spiritual, mentally, emotionally, and physically, how you judge yourself, how you judge others, how you think others judge you, and how you judge and evaluate your surroundings. But this until only or since Mercury was on 27 degrees Cancer until 4 degrees Leo. Alright? So Pisces, take this to perhaps judge yourself in a different way and use as basis, as comparison, more trust, more pride, more uniqueness, and more individuality, while being logic and being able to be understood by others as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be everything for today, y'all. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts. That is saying nice. You enjoy that judgment? I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions. A whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self, and remember to believe in yourself and in all possibilities, and if you have a spiritual ship, believe in that as well. Until the next time, Aesthetic Cloud Surfer, surfing out. See you soon.